Hey guys, here we are for a vintage daily event, and our round one opponent is someone who's known to us by the name of Footemanchu, who runs Red Blue Delver. We've won the die roll, so let's see what we get here. This is a really good start. We're going to keep this hand. We got a turn one Lodestone Golem, so we're not going to mulligan that. We've got a turn two Staff of Nin. So let's see if we can get through a Force of Will here. Let's play out a Mox Pearl first. Play out a Workshop. And then a Workshop and a Pearl here. Let's see if we can beat a Force. Nope. I've been having a bit of bad luck recently running into Force of Will's turn one. The good news for us here is that at least we have backup. Like if he plays a Delver of Secrets here, we could kill it with the Staff of Nin should we be able to land the staff. And failing that, we can get down a couple of spheres and a Thorn and a Sphere of Resistance. But I think the ideal play here would be to see like a turn one Pyromancer or a turn one Delver, and us being able to land the staff. Be very solid. Okay, so our opponent's going to have a pretty big turn here, it looks like. He's got a Black Lotus. And looks like he's just going to pass turn there. Which scares me a little bit, because us landing the staff is pretty important. We'll see what we draw here. Well, let's see if we can sneak a staff into play here. So we got the staff into play, which is very solid. Hopefully he doesn't drop a Dak Faden or something on us. But I suspect he would have played that last turn had he had it. He would have just stole our Pearl. And let's hope the staff is enough to get us here. We can get, hopefully draw into a creature here and Mox Emerald. So he currently has 6 mana. I know this gentleman runs main deck Trigon Predators, or at least he was the last time I played him, which would be pretty bad for us. Really need to be able to keep our Staff of Nin around here and draw into some powerful cards. Yeah, so he's gone for, not that he needed a green source here, but oh, interesting. Okay. So he's Imperialing Seal for something. And perhaps a Yawgmoth's Will. Okay, Baleful Strix. That's just fine. Baleful Strix isn't doing anything for us right now, against us right now. Where this would be bad is if we got hit with a Tinker right here, which is possible. Yep, it is. So we've got to turn to, we've got to draw a Duplicant here. So our opponent has switched decks on us. He's not playing Red Blue Delver. Okay, come on, Duplicant or Metamorph. Okay, didn't quite get there on either of them, but we did get a Tangle Wire, which is pretty good. I think what I have to do here is I'm going to have to play a Thorn of Amnesis first, and then I'm going to cast a Tangle Wire. Yeah, that seems about right. So this will tie him down for 1 turn. And we, at least worst case scenario, have got the Mishra's Factory to throw up a block. And yeah, hopefully it'll buy us enough time to get into a spell that will matter here. Which is basically, at this stage in the game, another, ideally, would be a duplicant. We have 1 in our deck. We've also got 2 Metamorphs, which would be second on the line. In addition to that, another Tangle Wire would be fine, or we can get a... yeah, that's unfortunate. I mean, it was only going to stop him for a turn anyways. Yeah. And that's kind of what our outs are right now. So let's see what we can get here. Okay, so we got the Metamorph, which is awesome. And we're just going to name it on Shapeshifter. I got a Shapeshifter into play here. And we'll just cast that outright. Is it worth paying 2 life here? I don't think so. We've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. So we need 4. This could be 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think we do pay the life here because we can get in for another 2 damage. So this is what we're gonna do. And do this. And we'll get it on a Blightsteel, which I think is really solid here. Pay an extra 2 mana here to get a Sphere of Resistance into play. And now we'll Plound in for 2. And hopefully it's enough. He's down to 1 card, but we're drawing 2 cards a turn off Staff of Nin, which is really solid. And of course we've got 2 spheres out on him, so it's pretty good. Unless he's got a bounce spell of some sort, I don't foresee him getting through here. Yeah, and he didn't. And we will attack him. I don't think there's anything he can cast that has flash that can do much against me here. So Duplicant would be good here. Oh, Tangle Wire is a great one. I am just going to Tangle Wire him here. Yeah, I think he just dies with a Tangle Wire. That's going to cost me 5 mana. 3, 4, 5 for a Tangle Wire, and that leaves me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana to cast it, which is not very good. So I'm going to just try and jam the Tangle Wire here. The problem with Tangle Wire, he can't actually cast. Yeah, we should be alright. Let's see if we can get it through. So I don't really see a reason to attack him right here, because all of this is, yeah, all of it was getting tapped down. So I'm not really 100% sure what we're playing against here. I'm presuming it's some type of Planeswalker deck, like Tezz 2, Tezz 1, Tezz 2. It's got the Strixes to be able to protect it. He showed me that he has main deck Abrupt Decays. Chalice is not as good on the draw, and when there is Abrupt Decay, it's even worse. I beg your pardon. So I am going to bring in a Crucible of Worlds on the chance that we can lock him out with Crucible, and in addition to that, I'm also going to bring in another Duplicant, just to hedge my bets here a bit. Actually, I'm going to bring in a Precursor Golem. Let's do that. Okay, so this is obviously a very poor hand. Particularly having double Chalice on the play is just so bad, so, or on the draw, excuse me. So we have to unfortunately ship this one back. It just doesn't have what we're looking for. Our opponent is also mulliganed. Okay, this is not a great hand, but it certainly is better than what we had. And our opponent kept 6, and so did we. So let's just hope he doesn't have too explosive of a draw on us here. Okay, that is not a draw we were really looking for, but we'll try and set a Chalice out here at 1. That will be probably solid against him. Alright, so he doesn't like that too much. In the least, it would shut off Steel Sabotage, if I can get it through, but yeah. That was a nice draw from him. So we'll see if he gets a Force out of that and wants to spend a Force. Okay, so it's in play. What would be good for us here is if we draw a Mishra's Workshop or any type of Moxen, Black Lotus, so we can get out a Lodestone Golem. Yeah, Ancestral Recall is just such a crazy card. Like, really, it just draws you 3 cards. It's it can be pretty backbreaking, just refueling your hand like that. Like, I mean, my opponent mulliganed to 6. We know that. Well, I was going to say red blue Delver cheats a little bit, but on land. But of course, he's not playing that deck, I don't think. Point being is that he may have been short on lands with the mulligan, and doing something like an Ancestral Recall is just ridiculously powerful. You know, you try and imagine a game of Magic with this being unrestricted, it would be just insane. This would become one of the all-time best cards, except not on one would be stopping Ancestrals all day long. Okay, so my opponent's got a Black Lotus here, which is kind of scary. Okay, so that's really lucky for us. I don't know what my opponent was thinking there. Okay, Cavern of Souls is actually a very respectable card for us here. I'm very tempted to copy his Black Lotus, but I don't think I'm going to. I'm just going to leave him alone. I mean, he could tinker here, and if he does, I can live with that, because I can copy it unconditionally with the Cavern of Souls. Right now, we just need to really be worried about casting our spells. What's unfortunate here is that we've got 3 different creature types in the one cavern. Okay, so my opponent isn't doing anything here. Tangle Wire is pretty good. I'm wondering if I shouldn't try and wire him here. I think I'm going to try and cast a... Not too worried about Daze. I mean, if he's got a Daze, then I guess I'll live with that. But let's see if we can get a Tangle Wire into play here, and hopefully we can drop deck a land next turn and circumvent our... just get it on Golem. And so next turn we'll tap down our probably our Wasteland. So we could be seeing a Snapcaster Mage come into play here, possibly on his Ancestral. But of course that's really bad because Ancestral's dead right now with Chalice. Okay. So my opponent's got a lot of land right now this game. So we're hoping to draw a land here. I mean, a Workshop would be incredible. Nope. And we can't even play that. So, I mean, I can Metamorph here, but I just don't think it's very good. Like, even putting it on his Black Lotus to me is really mediocre. So my opponent has not done anything this game. He's got a whole bunch of mana. He's got 10 mana available to him. And pretty scary. There's another one, 11. Hopefully this Chalice is what's holding him off here. I mean, I don't know how good it is against his deck, but really what I'd love to be able to cast here is a Staff of Nin land. Oh, that's a great land to draw. Okay. Let's get our Golem into play here. You know, hopefully he tries to counter this. Every once in a while, people don't realize, and so that's 3. I'm just going to cram it and see if I can get it through. No. Okay, well that's fine. I mean, Snapcaster Mage does absolutely nothing here, other than buy him some time, so I totally can live with that. So, I'm not quite sure what my opponent can do to me here. Once again, Dak Faden's a card we don't want to see. But he just seems to have an awful lot of mana. And next turn we'll just try and hopefully get a Forgemaster onto the table and try and win that way. Forgemaster and a Sphere of Resistance. Opponent's likely going for a red source here. Okay. Black and blue. Which we will, of course, strip next turn, given the opportunity. Not sure what we're dealing with here. Something decently sized, that's for sure. Okay, so he's demonic tutoring for something. It's probably a tinker would be my guess. So of course that does not bode well for us. I don't know what my opponent would be getting here. Perhaps an Abrupt Decay to get rid of my Chalice, thus making all of his well, his Recall and his Brainstorm live again, and his Demonic Tutor. Okay, so here goes the Lotus. Are we seeing a Yogg's Will here? Hurkyl's Recall, perhaps? Yeah, we could be getting stormed out here, potentially. So we are seeing a Yogg Will here. I'm not quite sure what that accomplishes. I guess if he's got a Hurkyl's Recall. So he's Lotusing again. Perhaps a Balance? Okay. I mean, there's got to be some grander plan here going on, I'm presuming. But the problem for him is I've got 2 Lodestone Golems out here. And he's only got 1 active mana right now. So that just seemed like it didn't accomplish anything for him. And he used a really good card in Yogg Will, so I'm a little confused. So this is good for us. So we're going to plow in, double Lodestone Golem. He cannot force me, so I guess we just 2, 3. We'll get that into play. How many mana does that give us? 5. Well, I guess that's the play, and then we play a wasteland here. The question is, do we want to put him under another sphere? But I don't think so. He's still got an awful lot of mana. He does. I mean, where this does become good is if, let's say I take both of his ancient tombs. Now, he can't use his tombs, really. If I take one of them and... Right. Maybe the Forgemaster really isn't that great right here, now that I'm thinking about it. I think I'm just going to play a Sphere of Resistance here. And I'm going to Wasteland him twice. Question is, do I want to take both of his tombs? I think I do. Even though the tomb is good, in the sense it deals him damage, it gives me the best opportunity, because he can at least use it once, it gives me the best opportunity for him to have difficulty getting over my 3 sphere effects that I have him play, so I think this is fine. And I don't, well, I mean, he's just dead unless he answers me here, so.
Oh, Daddy said you should have one?
Sorry about that. My daughter is going up for her bath, and she has decided she wants a freezy instead. So, I think we've got this game. I don't want to hedge my bets before we get there, but he only has the 1 blocker, and he's got 3 mana, which of course he can't cast anything because of the 3 spheres, so we got there.